Feel the way I do about you now.
Well, we can see here what the world is saying. Yeah. Not just a minority. Most of them.
The weather's not changed and the fire in your heart is out.
Frustrations in the side.
Great little spell of possession this for Darlow, leading to that cross which was palmed away. It's going to be a throw in, which Brown's taken to Thompson and given it back. Thompson has it now. Just trying to work some space for a cross. He's got two FC United defenders for company. He's run away from both of them. Lays it back to Ferguson, about 30 yards out. He has a goal left foot. Oh, that is brilliant! Wow!
David Ferguson, 30 yards, unleashes the left foot there right into the top corner. Ryan Schofield is clutching nothing but thin air as he dives to his right, and that caps off a tremendous opening 6 minutes for Darlington.
What a hit that is from David Ferguson. Just collects the ball, one touch, left-footed, top corner, rocket.
Unbelievable strike that.
So Galbraith heading away, but referee rules a push on Kieran Glynn there, so it's going to be an FC United free kick. Lofted up by Sam Sheridan, where Luke Ashworth was there unmarked and headed it across goal looking for another runner, but nobody able to get on the end of that. A bit of a threat there for Darlow, fell asleep, and Bartlett back on his feet now, and we're about to get back underway. Bartlett lofting that ball forward. Beck nodding it on, but it's headed clear by the FC United defence, and Sheridan trying to help it on its way, only heads it sideways, and Sayers can collect. Gillies has it now, and he's going left-footed, and that's straight down the throat of Ryan Schofield, who has to palm it away, and he's taking 2 or 3 goes to actually collect this, but collected he has, under pressure from a couple of Darlow attackers rushing in for seconds there. Bartlett takes a touch, brings it under control, plays it out to the left, looking for Ferguson, who's out there and can make a run, and he nods it down and carries on. Wolfenden's going after him, but Ferguson's got him for pace, I think. Ferguson running into Williams, turning back to Gillies. Gillies to Cartman, inside for Ferguson. Ferguson's on the left-hand edge of the FC United box. That's got a little bit of a knock. Sayers, Beck, 2-0!
Tremendous work by Ferguson down the left-hand side again, involved with that, got beyond his man, put a deep cross in, back post to David Sayers. David Sayers loves those aerial challenges. He climbed really well, nodded it back across the face of goal, and Mark Beck tucked it away with his head from a few yards out. Tremendous start from Darlington. They're really in the zone today.
Another great move from Darlow, and another great piece of football from David Ferguson, as you say, lofting that crossover. Sayers with the nod back across goal, and Beck from a yard out. Well, you can't miss those. 2-0 Darlow. Williams pick it up, turns, clears it to Tom Greaves, and Tom Greaves laying it off. Sheridan can bring it forward, and it's with Tom Brown now, and he lays it back to Sheridan again. Sheridan seeing a lot of the ball in the middle at the moment for FC United, coming forward, looking for a move, trying to dink over the top, and he has managed it. Bartlett out quickly and well there to save from Glynn. Little dink over the top from Sheridan, Glynn running in unchallenged. Bartlett out again at his feet, and as Glynn tries to dink it over him, just gets in the way, gets the save. FC United throw taken. Scott Kay has it now. Kieran Glynn trying to make some room for a cross.
Michael described a few minutes ago that went scuttling along into open space, but that one's got away nicely. He's looking for Nathan Cartman, who's beaten in the air to that one. Terry Galbraith though wins the second header and calmly nods it sideways to Ferguson. Ferguson to Cartman's feet. Cartman just drops it off nicely to Mark Beck. Mark Beck's challenged and loses possession, but it's picked up by Cartman. Cartman just almost trying to find Gillies in the box, but that does pick up Beck, and that's as clean as a penalty as you're going to see all day.
Absolute stonewall, wasn't it? Blatant.
Mark Beck just pushed it past the defender. I think it was Jake Williams, can't tell entirely, but just as he pushed it beyond him, the tackle came in and Mark Beck went to ground, and to be honest, I don't think that could have been a surprise to anyone at Blackwell Meadows. That was the defined stonewaller.
Just the classic leg hangs out, striker goes over. I mean, there's nowhere Beck can go other than through that leg, is there? And here we are, chance for 3-0.
Galbraith scores, puts it to the goalkeeper's right. 27 minutes into this game, Darlington 3, FC United and Manchester 0.
Couldn't ask for a better half hour, could you?
Outstanding. It's
12 for the season for Terry.
There's been plenty to talk about off the pitch this week, but on the pitch there's almost even more to talk about, isn't it? That's tremendous. Gives it to Hunter. Hunter's beckoning Thompson towards him for the short ball, and Thompson finds a little bit of a run there and picks up the ball, gives it to Carpenter on the edge of the box. This is nice from Darlington. Beck's on the edge, he's got Gillies a little bit behind him. Gillies brings it back onto his right foot, he finds Ferguson on the overlap. This is beautiful. Ferguson's just saved there by the despair and Schofield for a corner, but Michael, that was wonderful bit of football.
That was unbelievable stuff. 2 or 3 times you thought, have a shot, and they just thought, you know what, we've got another 2 or 3 passes left in this, and Just fantastic again from Darlow.
If you Gillies knocks it in front post, doesn't get past the first man at Sheridan, and it's just popped back out. But Hunter's easily won that ball off Glynn, who went to ground easily. Thompson's on the corner of the box, chance to cross, knocks it across. Mark Beck's going to raise for that one. He heads it down. It's hit the post. It's come back into play. Beck's got it back in towards goal. Cartman's brought it down. Still bobbling about in the box. Finds Thompson, and Thompson's just been tackled there and conceded the corner. And he's going to try and play it in, but that in truth asked a little much of him. So Schofield, the goalkeeper, collects and rolls it out to Williams, the full-back. Ferguson just jogs back. He's got Josh Gillies covering for him. Gary Brown plays it off Greaves there, but it hasn't quite gone out of play. He's got round Brown this time and has the chance to put the cross in. There's two men down. There's a great chance for FC United of Manchester, and that's tucked in by Tom Brown.
Just completely unmarked, wasn't he? I think the two Darlow defenders in the box focusing on Greaves. Missed Tom Brown as it ran loose to him, and he had the time to turn and pick his spot. The game to get back underway with a free kick for Darlow just inside the FC United half. Liam Mars to take, right-footed. Lofted into the box where Beck is waiting for it, but it's won by Fagbiller. Thompson can collect that though, and he come charging into the box. Makes it as far as the byline where Darlow won, which David Ferguson will take. After a very impressive first half, 1 goal, 1 assist. Ferguson in swing it. Sayers able to get the flick on it. It's right under the crossbar. I don't know who got the touch there. We wait to see. It's going to be a corner. You would expect a right-footed in-swinger from here. Gillies right under the crossbar, and Schofield has to punch that clear, and Thompson will pick it up on the edge of the box, just out on the corner there. Tom Brown's with him. Thompson goes by Brown, manages to get the cross in just over Beck's head, laid back to Brown. Cartman, oh, and that's a great save with Schofield down, left to his slightly wrong-footed, I think, by Cartman's shot there, but his legs get in the way.
Schofield went right, didn't he? Dived, and he did well to leave his leg dangling out there and prod it over the bar with his foot.
Yeah, Brown laying that off to Cartman, who went left-footed. Still Darlow 3, FC United 1. Kieran Glynn with it for FC United, manages to stab a ball out to the left. Crossed in low, and Scott Kay has it now, and he's lofted it over to the back stick, Wolfenden, and that's a terrible miss.
It's an excellent opportunity, isn't it? 4 or 5 yards out, centre of goal, and nodded back into play, and he just couldn't quite get his leg around it, and Darlington breathe again.
Yeah, Tom Greaves swinging a right leg on that one as it dropped to him 4 or 5 yards out after the knockdown from Wolfenden, and just wide.
Ball's played forward by Lowe, played across in fact to Williams. Williams has got Gillies to put pressure on him and comes back inside to Lowe. Ball trying to find feet there is picked up by Brown comfortably. Brown finds Beck towards the halfway line. Get back to Gillies. Gillies finds Ferguson on the power and run here. Ferguson's edge of the box. Shoots. Goalkeeper Schofield palms it away for a corner. Ferguson eager as a beaver there to get forward at every opportunity, isn't he?
He's making a bit of a trademark of those charging runs, isn't he?
Darlington just have to be on the toes here. Make sure they can see the remainder of this game out. Ball's in the corner there, and tries to get the cross in, but not able to. So Ferguson takes a touch and clears it down the line. But again, Cartman's the only man left forward, and he can't get on that one. Gary Brown goes for that header and doesn't win it. Comes back inside the box. There's a chance there for Adeloy, and Bartlett's made a smart save over the bar. Again, FC United and Manchester asking questions.
Definitely Adeloy there with the chance. Just
Thompson gives it wide to Williams, who's having more of an impression on this game from right back as it goes on. Gary Brown wins that header comfortably though and nods it down to Ferguson. Ferguson finds Cartman's feet, and Cartman tries to find Beck there. The ball wasn't that clever actually, but after he played it, he was flattened by Luke Ashforth, and I think that's going to be another caution.
The game's just starting to open up a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. There's some tired legs out there. As we said before the game, Martin Gray will be determined that Darlington go all the way to the end this season, and they're doing so. They're taking care of business. Beck wins the header on the edge of the box, comes down to Gary Brown, who's still forward. He finds Cartman, back to Brown. There's a chance. Gary Brown slides it past the goalkeeper. There's the fourth.
Striker's finish from Gary Brown, very impressive.
Tucked it away into the corner, just turned back inside by Cartman. And the predatory instinct of Gary Brown just slid that into the bottom corner there, as though he'd been playing centre forward all his life.
That was a very impressive finish, very composed from our centre back.
and deserved, has to be said. I think 4-1. FC United of Manchester, to their credit in the second half, have come and created some chances. But on the balance of play, I think the fact that the game is comfortable is probably about right.
Absolutely.
Under pressure there from Adeloy on the halfway line, but Chris Hunter does enough to mop things up. Falkingham gets the ball wide just in front of that stand. Nathan Cartman takes it to feet from him. Falkingham again sees Leon Scott on the run, and Scott's bursting into space, full of energy, hasn't played too much lately, and forces the back pass, and Schofield can only slide it out of play. In fact, it's he hasn't managed to slide out of play. Hoop looped up about 40 feet in the air and then didn't actually go out. It looked to all the world as though it was going to. But
sort of bounced 5 yards from the byline, looped back towards the byline, and then they managed to keep it in, didn't they? And away we go.
So again, Williams canters forward, the full back in space. Darlington just be doing well to just keep this game snuffed out here. Ball comes into the box, and that's a great ball, and that's a great finish as well by Adeloy. It's a nice goal in the closing minute here for FC United of Manchester. I think
two substitutes combining there, wasn't it? Lowe with a good cross in, right-footed, and Adeloy just up to nod it into that corner, away from the reach of Bartlett. A little bit of
Adeloy under pressure from Hunter. Hunter again slides into a couple of challenges there and does enough to win it. Ball breaks to Scott. Scott's bursting through, as he's done a couple of times since he came on, and he's full of nutrition, is Leon, and he's got players bouncing off him left, right and centre, and emerges with the ball.
I think full of nutrition might be my favourite description of any Darlow player ever.
Ball's in the box here for Ferguson. He's got a chance to pull it. He pulls it all the way across, and Mark Beck dives in there and can't quite get a contact on it from a yard out.
That was fizzed across by Ferguson, wasn't it?
It was. I think Beck, if he'd have had any sort of contact, would have scored.
Yeah. But end it
and
must.
There we are. A convincing home win for Darlington against spirited opposition in FC United of Manchester. Darlington emerging 4-2 winners and continuing this excellent run of form that they've been on at the top end of the table. Goals in the first half from David Ferguson on 5 minutes, Mark Beck on 13, and a Terry Galbraith penalty put Darlington 3-0 up after 27 minutes. Tom Brown pulling a goal back for FC United of Manchester on 34. 3-1 was a half-time score before Gary Brown tucked an exquisite finish into the bottom corner to put what we thought was going to be gloss on a clear performance before FC United of Manchester pulled one back late on through Tommy Adeloy.